Hi, this is Conrad Zimmerman with FistShark Marketing, here to suggest, if you like the show, that you tell a friend about it. If you hate it, tell an enemy. Hell, even if you like the show, tell your enemies. Chances are it'll have the same effect regardless of your feelings, and the point is that you told someone about the podcast. That's what really matters, isn't it? And thanks for listening. Oh my god. I had to park like 8 rows back today.
Huh?
Again. I mean, this is getting really fucking ridiculous.
Are you goddamn kidding me? Was it Edgar again?
Yeah, it's Edgar. Edgar coming into work and taking up my parking space with his ridiculous vehicle.
Right. I don't believe this. There's no way he's not doing it on purpose anymore, because do you know what? I had to park down the street. I didn't even get a spot in the parking lot because my space was taken up.
Wait, okay. Your space was taken up by his big red tricycle thing.
The big red adult-sized tricycle that he rides to work. It was in my spot. And you're saying it was in your spot too?
Well, look out the window right there. You see? There it is. It's in my spot there.
Yeah, just look a little further.
Son of a bitch.
The fucker's brought 2 tricycles in. He must have pedalled to work with a tricycle tied to the back of his tricycle so that he could park in both our spots at once.
That's just the end. I mean, I don't know what to do about this.
What can we do?
I don't think I've ever seen you guys this upset. Who is this Edgar? Have I seen him around?
Oh, well, let me fill you in, Paulson. Actually, do you mind if I call you Paul?
Sure, you can call me Paul.
Okay, it's just I know a Paul, and he was one of several clones that went wrong and had to get fired off with a flamethrower because they were all manky and weird and going, "Kill me!" like that. So I don't like to think about him. It makes me feel a bit sick. But anyway, Edgar is a nephew of one of the senior partners. That's why we're having a little trouble dealing with him, because I mean, who's going to say no? This is why he's been allowed to come to... That's why he doesn't even wear a name badge, even though everyone else has to. Out of sheer spite for the rules, he's down there in the mailroom without a tag, just wearing that weird black suit with the bow tie and the long white socks and the little buckled shoes.
I haven't seen a bow tie like that since I saw Roots, I don't think. And that sort of thin, weedy, ribbon type deal.
I've never seen him wear anything but that one outfit, the black... And it looks like a kind of suit that a boy would wear in a Victorian photograph.
I've seen him leave the office, sort of shuffling out there, and I expected him to have at least, like a matching cloak, one of those double layer things, but no, he just sort of wanders out all meekly, unassuming, quiet, but there's something just sinister about him. And I never really liked him in the first place. I don't like a lot of people. That's not that uncommon.
No, I hate everyone who I work with.
But this guy just set me off right away from the beginning.
He bums me out. If I'm honest. The way he's down there in the mailroom, keeps his head down, doesn't look at anyone. But then you suddenly see he's eating a sandwich, and it's your sandwich that you put in the fridge with your name on it.
Yeah.
And you tell him, you say, Edgar, Edgar, that's my sandwich, right? Did you not see the name? And he looks and just, huh? Oh, and just goes back to eating. This time, just making eye contact with you the whole time, not even blinking. Just chewing and chewing and chewing.
I haven't actually... I think I know who you're talking about. I haven't actually talked to him. We had one encounter in the restroom. He was lying on the floor, staring at the lights and just kind of making cooing sounds and gurgling sounds. Like, ooh. Blah, blah, blah. And he had...
It's a trick. Don't fall for it. Because what he wants is for someone to go and see what's so interesting. He wants someone to lay down next to him to see what he's looking at so that he can get back up and take a photo of you with that weird camera he has that with the huge fucking flash bulb, and then he'll pass the photo around and call you a toilet looker. It's a classic Edgar honey trap. If you look on the memo board, you'll see he got me, he got Conrad, he got a few of us actually, and we're all up there just with toilet looker written under the photo, and then everyone else in the office laughs and calls you a toilet looker.
And the worst part about it, he's really good at his job. That's the problem. Like, he's really good at it. Mailroom delivery is typically such an impersonal thing, but my mail in my office always arrives ahead of me. I come in, and it's there, and that personal touch is great. The problem is that he's in my chair with his feet on my desk, groping my secretary, drinking from my coffee mug.
Yeah.
And I walk in there, and he knows he's not supposed to be there. And he just stares as if to say, "What you gonna do about it, son?"
Right? The condescending look, the kind of weird half smile he does, kind of. Yeah, I've seen the look. He did the same thing to me once. When he was sat in my office chair, and I asked him politely, I said, "Look, I need to get to work. Can you get out?" And he just kind of did this slight condescending nod, span once in the office chair, knocked things over off my desk with his feet, and then went, "Whoops," in that weird, wispy, waifish voice he has. "Whoops." And then just left, but not before, just as he opened the door, turned around, looked at my desk and just goes, "One day," and then leaves.
One day? What is that? What does he mean by... Is he a doll?
The kid's an asshole. He dresses like a doll.
Yeah,
But he doesn't have the attitude of one. He has the attitude of a little menace.
I feel lucky for one of the first times since I started working here that I haven't actually had these kind of encounters with him, but now I'm feeling kind of stressed out. I don't know what I should do.
I'll tell you one thing you shouldn't do, Paul. Do not fall asleep in your office.
No.
Because you might wake up with lines drawn on each side of your mouth going down your chin and rosy red cheeks, and you'll be in like your own weird Victorian suit that's about 3 sizes too small for you. And he sat with his arm up the back of your shirt saying, "I'm doing a ventriloquist show with you." And then I have to do my office work the rest of the day with him next to me, just with his hand up my shirt, just his palm flat on my back. And it's cold, and it never gets warmer.
Does he make you mouth his words?
No, he just, every time I'm on the phone, he'll start drinking a glass of water and deliberately dribbling it all over himself on the floor. Loudly. Like I'm on the phone, and he's like that. And that's the extent of his ventriloquism. And sometimes he'll clearly, I'll see him texting. He'll send a text, and a few minutes later, like a few of the people from accounts will come in the office and just applaud. And he'll bow.
The other day, when we did the morning punch Craig, everybody in the office lines up, and Craig stands at the front, and we each take turns giving him a clock.
Well, obviously, yeah. I mean, it's part of office tradition. It's the only way you can professionally operate in this office, by bullying Craig.
Yeah. Edgar threw his punch. He didn't connect. That was a stage punch. He didn't hit Craig at all.
What?
No, there's something really wrong with this guy, I'm telling you. That's just wrong.
Do you think he likes Craig? Do you think he cares
Nobody likes Craig.
Nobody likes Craig. I mean, Edgar's clearly not right, but he's human. Let's be honest. That puts him a step above Craig. But I don't know what to do about this. I mean, we can't tell the senior partners. What would they do? I mean, I don't even... I feel like I have to vent right now, but I'm still scared doing so because I don't know who's listening or what's listening.
What? You mean like a creature? Or something not...
We don't question the methods of the senior partners and their disciplinary actions.
So anything goes, anything's possible, but But in these situations, sometimes it helps to kind of diffuse the power dynamic, to find a way to make it so it's no longer a power struggle. It's clear that he enjoys pulling power over us to be in charge in his way. So how could we diffuse that? How could we make it so it's no longer a struggle? That we just let him win in some way. Is that possible?
We could kill him? No. I've had my 7 for the year already. I run out the clock on that quick.
So we can't kill him.
I mean, he is winning already. Like, he's winning without us doing anything. We can't concede victory to him. He claimed it long ago.
Mm-hmm. He is passive aggressively victimizing us. We can't victimize him back. He's got that card on us. I mean,
it's unfair. What have we ever done to deserve this kind of treatment? To have someone lording it over us and telling us what to do and pushing us around, making us feel small and worthless and broken and hurt, and we can't do anything back to them.
Yeah, it doesn't seem right somehow. I agree. We have not done anything to warrant that.
You know what? We should just, all of us, get up now, go down into the basement, find Craig, and just take turns kicking him in the balls till we feel better.
Yep, you're right.
A little stress relief, that's what we need.
That's what we need.
We'll approach this Edgar situation when cooler heads prevail and blacker, bruised balls are displayed throughout the office, where we call Craig a bull boy.
Yeah, well, we gotta get some new photos up on the board.
Yes!
Just something to cover up what's there.
Yes! Get some photos of Craig's bruised bollocks.
You guys see the thing from Legal about the infringement on the Isaac Asimov rights?
The what?
Yeah, we handle all of the rights distributions and licensing for the Isaac Asimov estate. You know,
Do we?
Yeah.
I actually did not know that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not a huge money maker, but it's respected. You know, it's one of those things that sort of legitimizes FistShark publishing.
Shit.
Anyway, Legal's found some group that they think is infringing on the rights. They've got a book that they're putting out called I Do the Robot or something like that. You know, and they think it's too close to iRobot. And
in what way do they think it's too close to iRobot? Just the title? I mean,
well, no. It's also the name of the publisher. It's phonetically, it sounds like Isaac Asimov.
Right.
But it's a sick-ass move.
Someone's writing these books under the name of a sick-ass move.
Right.
That's clever.
I mean, yeah, points for ingenuity.
Oh, absolutely. But you think that it's not gonna...
Well,
it's not going to pass our legal... Well, it's not past our legal team,
Legal is advising us to craft a statement in response to this. And I'm not sure that's the right route.
No?
No. I mean, I know litigate first, ask questions later has always been our motto. And it's worked very, very well for us in the past. But I can't help but think that maybe we could do something to revitalize the Asimov properties, and if we've got people who are already sort of putting together some of the work for that, maybe we could just take advantage of it, slice off a hefty percentage for ourselves as the actual owners of the IP, give them a pittance in exchange, and we're golden. I don't know that we actually have to litigate when we could just acquire.
So you think that the FistShark Publishing should take on a sick-ass move as well as Isaac Asimov? And kind of loop it all together.
Yeah.
And spin a little extra green.
That's the way I'm looking at it. We can make a good bit of money off of just... Because I like Asimov, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very dry. His writing
could do with sexing up, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, a lot of science in there, you know? And it's not super readable.
Well, I'm flicking through I Do the Robot now, actually. And it's definitely saucier than the what was that other one? iRobot? iCarly,
yeah,
what was it?
Yeah, iRobot. I think.
iRobot? Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I've skimmed iRobot, but this I could see really getting into, just as the main character here is getting into that robot with its warm love hole.
I had imagined it was a dance instruction manual, a sick ass move.
No,
dancing,
no.
No, it's sex with robots. That's what you're saying.
It seems incredibly well written, and really explains how the love hole of the robot can be warm, wet, and willing, despite it belonging to a robot. There's a lot of science here that, admittedly, I'll be the first to admit it borrows from Asimov, but a lot of original science is going into this. I'm impressed by this, and I definitely feel like we should not sue whoever wrote this book.
I do the robot. Okay.
I do the robot by a sick ass move. I don't think litigation is the way to go. I think acquisition is where we should be with this. Maybe we could turn some of these into movies.
Oh, I definitely think that's a possibility.
Are there any other books that you've found by this character?
Legal went going back through their history to check for any other infringements, and then there's this one called Sweaty, Wet, and Waxy.
That sounds brilliant. Let's make a movie about that one.
Yeah, it's interesting because I could see how it could really be a movie because it's positioned as like a sequel to Blade Runner,
right?
You know that
Asimov, sure.
which is a classic Asimov. Yeah. But in this, the Decker character, it's much later, and he's kind of like he's an insane clown posse fan.
A juggalo?
Right. A juggalo,
yeah,
you
a
would
juggalo,
say.
Right, yeah. In this, sort of distant... So he's like a future cyber juggalo, I guess.
Yeah. Does the book call him cyber juggalo, like at least once a paragraph?
It's a very specific question. Yes, it does, as far as I've read.
Yeah, it's
about 200
from what I'm
pages
seeing
in.
here, that's just about... cyber juggalo is in almost
That's
every paragraph here.
That's what I'd expect from a sick-ass move.
Yeah, it's this is some sleek, smooth writing. I could definitely get into the page-turning aspect of this. This is something I can read.
I mean,
let's see here.
I've only heard the brief description from you, but I'm already seeing a blockbuster movie here. Something that will be better than Blade Runner.
Starring Harrison Ford, current day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's not young, but he was in that. He's been in some recent movies.
I can imagine that whoever wrote that book imagined Decker as modern day Harrison Ford when they wrote it, especially the scene with the big gangbang in the dumpster. That is probably in there.
Well, I think the really epic part of this here is towards the end where he's just defending his crown as the king of the pit, right? Yeah.
That sounds really good.
There's a huge action sequence potential in that, and getting a good combat scene with a lot of violence is exactly what you want in a Blade Runner sequel.
I'm imagining, again, I've not read the book, so, this might not be in there, but I'm imagining Harrison Ford, fully nude, holding onto the hook of a crane, just swinging across the pit with his legs flailing left and right, while he goes, am I a robot or not? And then just kicks the bad guy in the face with his foot.
Oh, that's going to be great. We'll do it. We'll have him do it all with practical effects.
Oh, practical effects are the only way we'd go with this.
And maybe we could loop it. I mean, it's such a good
We
scene.
may have to CGI his testicles. I don't know what age has done to them. But especially in my imagination, I'm imagining they're as firm and taut as they ever were.
Yeah, a little CGI.
It's got to really work for me that Harrison Ford... I mean, I don't know... Were his testicles described in the book?
Well, they could be.
Pretty explicitly and often actually. I'm finding
That's
descriptions of Decker's testicles. There's one squeezed like plums in a child's tube sock.
Tube sock.
Yeah. So we're gonna. Yeah, that's probably. I mean, they can maybe make a prosthetic for that, but
it's very important to me.
It's a defining aspect of the character.
It's integral to the story. Let's not let the vision of a sick-ass move be compromised here. I want them balls on screen.
I don't know a lot about Juggalo culture. From what I've read, there's a lot of...
well, nor do I, but that hasn't stopped me.
True. But I know that they're a very passionate and loyal group, a very noble and hardworking company. And if we get their stuff wrong, they may come out in force against us. So I want to make sure we get it. From what I'm reading here, feces smearing, phago swilling, sexual deviance, violent, angry, id-driven maniacs is how they're being described here on their homepage.
Id-driven fucking maniacs. I believe is the full description there.
So we've got to get Harrison Ford on board for prosthetic scrotum.
Prosthetic scrotum and juggalo makeup. That's how Harrison Ford rolls now.
So he's already on board. He's already rolling in this way.
He better be. Otherwise, why did I write the book?
FistShark Marketing is Jim Sterling, Conrad Zimmerman, and Paul Sincere. Theme music by Ben Rama. Additional music by Alizar Chand. Our editor is Alan Smithy. Get more episodes and learn how to help support the show at FistShark.com. Follow us on Twitter at FistShark for more of our exploits. Complaints can be forwarded via email to fistsharkmarketing@aol.com. And remember, don't live for last year's capers. Goodbye.